So how much do I get paid? 25 bucks a car?
Paid? You don't get paid. You kidding? You work on commission. That's better than being paid. Most cars you rip are worth $200 or $300. $50,000 Porsche might make you $5,000. Come on, dickhead. It helps if you dress like a detective, too. Detectives dress kind of square. You think this guy's a cop? You're gonna think you're packing something. I don't fuck with you so much.
Are you?
What?
Packing something.
An asshole gets killed for a car. The guys that make it are the guys that get in their cars at any time. Get in at 3 a.m., get up at 4. That's why there ain't a repo man I know that don't take speed.
Speed, huh? Jesus Christ.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to your High Tech Low Life podcast with your hosts, Eric and Josh. I'm Eric.
I'm Josh.
And before we get into this week's topic, which is 1984's Repo Man, we just want to make a special statement to say that between the years 1997 and 2000, neither I nor my co-host Josh had anything to do with the series of fires that were set in rural Lyon County. And any podcast that might be saying we had anything to do with that is just out
fake
for
news.
their own gain. It's fake news.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, and I don't know why. Well, nobody's talking about it yet, but if they do soon...
Yeah, we certainly were not involved.
No, not at all.
We didn't know those people. We don't know those people. We saw them at parties occasionally.
Oh,
socially.
yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, we might have been introduced by some of them, but we don't know them. So anyway, just wanted to clear the air, get that out there. It's very important that you know that. So
yeah.
And I feel good about it.
I do too. I think, I think our announcement about, I suspect we might be getting some questions in the future about our announcement, which have already been answered by our announcement.
Yeah, our announcement answers those questions. Hoo boy. All right. We're going to talk about some dystopia because it's been a weird week. And oh, by the way, we talk about dystopia because the movies we watch are dystopian, and we think those two are kind of related, and probably it's worth discussing that maybe current events, affect art that's being made, and the art is sometimes a representation of current events, and it's kind of important to mix the two. That's why we talk about it. Chud, get out of our DMs.
Yeah.
Sorry, I overreacted a little bit there.
No, I think that was a perfect tenor for that statement.
You know, in high school, I was a perfect tenor.
Were you?
Yeah.
Right.
I was in all the select choirs. Anyway, this week was weird, man.
It certainly was.
Between Melania's press conference, which that was something.
It is certainly a thing that happened. One of those things where you kind of have to have been here now, because I suspect, assuming that things are still going in 30 years, that'll just appear as like some sort of weird trivia blip.
Yeah.
Like, did you know? And whether or not it'll actually amount to anything is totally unrelated to the trivia bit.
Right. I feel like the lowest paid Temu brand publicist in Hollywood could do a lot of good for the Trump family.
They probably could, but you know why they won't get that job? Because they're low paid.
Yeah.
And professionals at something.
Yeah.
For example, look at our negotiations this weekend. We sent 3 podcasters and a son-in-law.
Oh my God, that was embarrassing.
to meet 4 PhDs.
And amazingly, nothing came of it.
Yeah.
We are really a nation of fucking losers.
It's
at least the ones in charge right now are.
We're really well into / past the comedy version of how would you destroy an empire?
Right.
I mean,
they're speed running it.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Twitter or Bluesky this morning saying, with just like Iran negotiations, and it's that picture from In Bruges where Colin Farrell has his pistol up to his own head, and fucking who's the older guy in that movie who I love, Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
Has his pistol to Colin Farrell's head, and Colin Farrell is labeled U.S.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it really is. You can't fire me. I quit. You can't destroy our empire. We are burning it down ourselves.
We are, like, even if you're a big fan of the American empire, we are notably worse off now than it was 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Undeniably so. And Iran is, even though their military assets may be wiped out, their strength has tripled or more on the world stage. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really quite impressive how we've bombed the shit out of them, and yet somehow they've managed to get both the moral, strategic, and tactical victories out of this whole thing.
What the fuck?
like it's truly impressive. And this morning, it turns out that they've decided to start blockading the Strait of Hormuz. So we are copycatting, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, we're gonna copycat and blockade the blockade.
That'll work. I'm sure. Maybe if we throw some tariffs on there too, everything will work out.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I do want to talk about some dystopia talk that is definitely dystopian, and that is the big warehouse fire in Ontario, which I got some play on my Instagram reels, but I didn't see a lot of reporting on it. It kind of made me sad. Maybe you did see more than me.
I saw quite a lot of it on Bluesky, but I also, what was that, Friday morning?
Something like that.
I don't, but I also haven't ingested anything but Bluesky in terms of news and sports.
That's bad.
Yeah.
It's like I've only ingested Little Debbie cupcakes for food in the last 4 days.
Fucking starving. Got any Little Debbie cupcakes back there?
I wish.
Fresh out.
No, some dude made a video of himself being like, all he had to do was pay us a living wage as he was setting fire to a toilet paper warehouse, which I would think is pretty flammable.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna set a target for arson, that's a fucking good one, man.
Yeah, and then if you look at the pictures during the height of the fire, wow, that fucker went up.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I've heard that there's been some copycatting in the United States as well of some Amazon warehouses arson attempts, and
I wish they'd get that one by my place, man. I'm sick of those fucking drones flying overhead. So sick of it.
I mean, I like the sentiment. I do think all the shit's insured. So who's actually being hurt?
Well, I mean, there's knowing how companies often work, and I don't know anything about this company other than I recognize their name from, I don't know, having seen industrial paper shit before, I guess. given how most companies work for the past, say, 25, 30 years, it's probably underinsured.
True. Yeah.
And if nothing else, it makes people distrust the system more when they aren't able to get toilet paper.
Yeah, we definitely learned that the hard way 5 years ago and then promptly forgot.
Yeah.
6 years ago. Exactly 6 years ago. Shit, right now, 6
my
years
God,
ago, we're
right
probably
now,
scrambling
yeah.
for toilet paper.
Let's see, middle of fucking April? Oh, yeah, that was probably right. We're probably within 2 weeks of me meeting you on my front lawn and trading bleach wipes for toilet paper.
Yeah. That's what a time.
What a time to be alive. Ooh.
I don't know, man. I feel like this shit's going to get more common, and
well,
it's probably
more.
Needs to be more common. Yeah, pay people more. Like, it's underpaying your staff is an act of violence as much as burning inventory.
Yeah.
So, whatever. What do we know? We're just a couple of shit libs,
I guess. All right.
That's what some people call us.
Probably. Fuck them.
Fuck them. What else we got? You got any other news? I know I'm missing some stuff. There was so much weird shit this week.
Yeah.
I wish I could just Google weird news this week and bring it up, but it won't bring up what I want.
Let's see. Not weird, but $500 million worth of cancer research grants have been canceled in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's just sad.
Because I don't know, cod liver oil. I'm not exactly sure what the. I mean, I am sure what the actual end game is, which is whether or not he realizes it. Robert Kennedy is a fucking eugenicist and thinks that, if the unhealthy people die, then the only people left will be the healthy people. Right. So great.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Here's one we forgot. It kind of happened right after our last. Trump's an entire civilization will end tweet, or will die tonight tweet.
Yeah, that
was
after
we recorded.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a nice 24-hour period of not knowing whether or not there would be a later 24-hour period.
I mean, I think Robert Evans said it on one of his podcasts. Like, sure, Trump, Taco, all that shit. But when the leader of the free world with the largest nuclear arsenal that's ever existed states that he will end a civilization, you have to take that seriously.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have to punish it accordingly.
I would agree. Yeah.
So, man.
Yeah, it's good times. Things are going great here.
Real bad times.
Yeah. Yeah, things are going great here. And unfortunately, that nuclear anxiety is not reflected in the film we had to watch for this week in any way, shape, or form.
Was that nuclear anxiety? I didn't notice. All right. That was fun. Dystopia over. Let's do some quick recommendos and then talk about that previously mentioned film.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. You got any recommendos?
We started watching the new season of Hacks, but it's only one episode, so I can't really say more about it. But I like that show.
Agree, and I'm always annoyed watching that show. Like I really enjoyed that show for the most part, though. I felt, I think last season, I had somehow gotten it in my head that last season was going to be the final season.
Mm-hmm.
And I got kind of annoyed partway through when I was like, what the fuck is going on? What? Like, I really think the show could have gotten to the end of it by the end of last season. Because
I feel like it's gone a little long, but
it does a lot of that resetting. Like, okay, it's a new season. I guess Ava and Debbie have to be fighting now, or Deborah have to be fighting again and separate for 4 episodes.
Yeah, although they haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I know. I was actually shocked at that. Good restraint on their part.
It's one of those shows where I agree completely with what you're saying, and a lot of shows overstay their welcome. But it's also
it's enjoyable enough that I can't
Right.
make that argument too strongly.
It's more comedy than high drama, and I just like watching those characters interact, so I'm kind of fine with it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And my main complaint about this first episode is that, like basically every other show, there is not enough Robbie Hoffman content.
Which one's he?
She is the assistant for.
Oh,
yeah.
She's fucking hilarious. Yeah,
She
so good.
Yeah, she's also on Rooster, which is on.
She's on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's had the past like 3 or 4 years. She has been on fucking fire, and it has always just been like less than I want because she is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
like just kills it every single second. Even she was incredible on the Michelle Williams show last year, Dying for Sex. She was only in like 2 episodes and fucking amazing.
I agree.
Okay,
do you have anything you're recommending? That's all I got to say about Hacks. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so last week I watched Bait.
Oh, right.
Eric's never
Clearly made a huge impression on you.
It honestly, okay, so Bait is a series, I think it's on Amazon or something. It stars Riz Ahmed as a Pakistani English or Pakistani British actor who gets an audition for James Bond. And It looks like he's going to be maybe James Bond. And then he has a breakdown about it.
Oh.
And it's a really interesting show to be the first use of Amazon owning the James Bond trademark and like property, because it's partially kind of shitting on James Bond, in that a big part of the show is him struggling with like, yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to be, a super highly paid actor and, one of the most famous people in the world. On the other hand, this is James Bond, British imperialism incarnate. And do I have a responsibility to my own skin color and people if I take that role? Pretty good show. I mean, if they made another season, I'd probably watch it again. But just an odd bit of meta, like, so Amazon paid X number of $1 billion, I don't remember, for Bond, and the first thing out the gate is this guy going, is James Bond good? Like, and I mean, that doesn't mean anything to Amazon as a corporation, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
And Riz Ahmed's fun, and it has Guz Khan, who's a British comic who is very fucking funny on it.
I like Riz Ahmed.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Repo Man.
Let's.
Okay, what is Repo Man? I watched it about an hour ago because I was busy last night.
Okay. I was wondering, like, if that was a today or a Saturday night with the wife movie.
Yeah, I thought about it, and she wanted to watch 90s movies last night, so I was like, what, I'll watch it in the morning. She probably won't like it anyway. I don't think she would have liked it. Not that I've seen it. I don't know that I liked it, Josh. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I find this a very likable movie.
I didn't hate it. I mean, I definitely laughed at several spots.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a waste of time by any means, but it's got a 6.8 on IMDb, and I'm feeling like, yeah, that sounds right. 6.8 D+.
Oof. Number one, I think you misunderstand IMDb ratings.
I think so too. I know.
But like, I'm a little surprised. I really like this movie. I find it very watchable and very fun. And I totally get that this is not on everybody's. This is not going to be that way for everybody, or even 40% of people.
Yeah.
But I thought you would be in that 40%.
I don't know, man. I'm still percolating on it. Maybe I should have watched this one earlier. Usually I like to watch right before we record, because usually I've got some experience with it. And so watching it right before we record just brings all those old memories back to me. But I had nothing. I had no idea what this fucking movie was about. And it's still kind of bubbling in my brain. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll make you fucking like it.
I mean, I don't want to say I didn't like it.
The same way we made you not like Running Man 2025.
That's true. You guys did do that. I am very impressionable. I don't know. Let's talk about it, and maybe some of it'll become clear. It's a style of movie. How do I describe the style? It feels like a collection of bits strung together, not like a movie. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. That's part of kind of what I like about it. You know, it's. I was actually trying to come up with a good way to describe it. I think it was last night. Because it's an interesting combination of like almost just little visionnaires of this fucking punk Emilio Estevez getting a job as a repo man. But there's also this really plotty, insane bullshit about
aliens and
fucking secret nuclear secrets in the back of a Malibu and an insane scientist and the government chasing people and shit. So it's hard to describe, but it works very well for me. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, forgot what I was going to say. It's not coming to me.
Okay, well, let's just start with the way the movie starts.
Yeah, let's do that.
A Monkey Presents. This film was produced by Michael Nesmith of the fucking
Okay,
Monkees,
I saw that and I'm like, is that the monkey or is this a different Michael Nesmith?
Nope,
so it was the monkey.
Yeah, that is the monkey.
Interesting.
He actually produced kind of a lot of different movies that are, I will go with interesting. Like,
yeah,
he, a lot of really oddball shit. Like, Jack Nicholson wrote a movie called Head that starred the Monkees, that Nesmith produced, and he did just a lot of oddball fucking shit, and threw his money around in fun and interesting directions. Yeah, he also played the rabbi at the end.
I don't remember Rabbi.
Remember the car's glowing, and then the preacher shows up, and
okay, yeah.
There's a Rebbe in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, this was produced by a monkey.
I will say I really enjoyed the intro credit sequence.
Yeah, the maps.
Yeah,
the
I thought
old
that was
style maps between Los Alamos and LA.
I thought that was a cool way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And all in kind of the neon green, so in 1984, the computer colors.
Yeah, with it's an Iggy Pop song. Or didn't he do the theme? I was assuming that was the theme.
Iggy Pop did the theme, but it only appears at the end of the movie. The first one out the gate is... maybe it's an instrumental version of the theme song in the opening.
Okay,
that's right. Yeah. Because, it gets played with lyrics at the end, like, as the credits are rolling. Anyway, cool credit sequence, lots of map stuff, and then there's a traffic stop northwest of Kingman, Arizona, and we see a sick fucking 1964 four-door Malibu swerving down this desolate highway and a really square-looking guy singing to himself in the driver's seat.
Singing Oh My Darling Clementine.
Yeah, and he gets pulled over by fucking highway patrol on a bike.
The skinniest highway patrolman I've ever seen in my life. He was rail thin with his big jodhpur pants.
Yeah.
Quite a look.
Certainly was.
Did they really wear jodhpurs back then?
Oh, yeah. Some places they still do.
Nice.
Motorcycle cops. The KC police don't, that I can think of.
Catch the wind.
Yeah, I don't. That isn't. And actually, some fucking Texas Rangers do. I don't. I've been pulled over by those guys before, but not motorcycle cops. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Yeah, gets pulled over by a highway patrol. The highway patrol guy is very suspicious because this guy is clearly insane and singing and was swerving all over the road.
Movie
And he
starts with a
thinks-
lot of people singing to themselves.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they didn't have iPods back then, man.
So you just sat on a train track and hummed a tune to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And the trooper seems suspicious, like, what do you got in the trunk? And the scientist says, oh, you don't want to look in there.
Which is a surefire way to make a state trooper want to look in your trunk.
Yeah, it really is. So he goes to look in the trunk and is incinerated? Evaporated?
Disintegrated, maybe.
Yeah, disintegrated, sure. And it's at this point that the
heavy metal style.
Yeah,
very heavy metal style.
It is a very heavy metal graphic.
Yeah.
And it is at this point, and it leaves only his fucking jackboots standing there. And if you are eagle-eyed, you notice that the license plate changes on the Malibu.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
What does it mean? Nothing. They got the car to use for the movie, decided to save some money. So the director, Alex Cox, was driving it rather than having it assigned to a Teamster to go and like park it in a lot and stuff. And then it got stolen like 3 days into production. So they had to scramble and find another 64 Malibu.
Wow. Amazing. This movie, a car got stolen.
Yes.
How appropriate.
Very much so. So the Malibu drives the fuck off. Oh, and also there's a big glowing light in the trunk that kills the guy.
Pulp Fiction style.
Yeah. So we cut to a fucking Ralph's, where Emilio Estevez is stocking some fucking cans with his buddy Kevin.
Buddy, in quote marks.
Yeah. And Kevin is played by Xander Schloss, who is later a member of the Circle Jerks, who will appear very shortly in this movie.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the LA hardcore scene is very weird and incestuous, and people bouncing back and forth in and out of bands and stuff. And
sure.
And good old Xander Schloss has been in a bunch of them and also acted off and on for 40 years at this point.
What else has he been in?
A bunch of shit that most people have not seen. Like, I think actually he's been in a lot of Alex Cox movies.
Been in Tank Girl, motherfucker. No, that's on soundtrack. Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm going through his... Yeah, he's on the soundtrack of Tank Girl.
Okay. I mean,
Nothing else I recognize.
It wouldn't shock me if he was if he had also appeared like in that the scene with Iggy Pop.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Like, it would be totally normal. Like, oh, there's Xander Schloss, Anyway, they're stocking cans, and it turns out that our main man, Emilio Estevez, Otto, is getting fired because he was fucking late, and he's also just a bad employee. So
yeah, he kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't give a shit about this shitty minimum wage job, and fuck it. And then he, the security guard pulls a gun on him. Don't worry about that. He won't come back.
There's no reason for him to come back, but he does.
Yeah.
This movie seems to take place in a dystopia. It's like a 5 minutes into the future, 30 seconds into the future dystopia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only like 2 degrees more dystopian than 1984 Los Angeles.
I was going to say, but it feels pretty darn close to 2026 Los Angeles. So
yeah,
didn't really feel like it was in the future at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The only thing that makes this movie past coded is the cars.
Right. Yeah.
And boy, this movie's got some fucking cars in it, man.
It's got cars.
Anyway, so also Kevin gets fired because he's friends with Emilio. Doesn't matter.
Guess they don't seem to be very good friends, but
friends, quote marks.
Sure.
So we cut to a bunch of punks in a parking lot with Coup d'etat by the Circle Jerks on the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty great. We meet Otto's friends. Let's see, Duke, Archie, and Debbie. Debbie is his girlfriend,
Fuck buddy.
I don't know, whatever. Yeah. And they're about to have sex, and she says, "Hey,
she's in Cherry 2000. I just looked her up. So it's her second appearance on our show. She was the glory hole clerk.
Yeah. Oh, I think, the guy who plays Archie, who is Michael Sandoval, I think he has also been on our show before. We've got a couple of repeat customers in this movie. So she wants another beer before they have sex. He goes to get another beer and returns 2 seconds later to find her making out with Duke.
As you do.
Yeah, as you do. And TV Party by Black Flag is on the stereo.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a walk home in the morning where Emilio has not gotten laid and he's just kind of singing TV Party to himself. And there's also, and I'll try to remember to post this on Bluesky, I found a really good article about the filming locations for this movie and what they look like today. And like a couple of them are very similar. But it's just really interesting looking at these, having watched the movie, and then you see, oh, this fucking like burned out junkyard that he walks past is now like a nice strip mall, hair salons and shit.
Sure. Yeah.
I think this is I was not there, but I feel like this movie is probably a really good time capsule for that period in LA, because just so much of it takes place on random fucking streets.
Mm-hmm. Well, some of it does take place in a recurring character on our show, which is the LA River.
The LA River, yes, that's another one.
Comes up a lot.
LA River comes up a lot. So he's walking down the street and he gets flagged down by Harry Dean fucking Stanton in a pretty cool 77 Impala.
Not bad, yeah.
I mean, it's a nice, that's like a good car for a business or a family man.
It's a standard 70s or early 80s movie car.
Yeah. It's just any car on the street almost.
Right.
Which is part of his fucking thing, as he will later explain. So, Harry Dean says, "Hey, you want to give me a hand? My wife's going into labor. I need to get her car home from this bad neighborhood." And Emilio says, "Pay me money." And he says, "Okay, $25." So we get recruited into stealing a late 70s Skylark. I think it was a Skylark. The small Buick, anyway. And we see our first fucking Pine Tree air freshener.
Yeah. Every car has one.
Which we will later find out. You find one in every car. You'll see. This movie was sponsored by the company that made those. Insofar as they sent the production several dozen boxes of unscented air fresheners.
Unscented. Okay.
Yeah, because there are a couple of cutscenes, one of which involved a car that had if you remember Seven, the movie Seven. Wait, did you see that?
I don't think I've actually seen Seven end to end.
Anyway, there was a cutscene where a car was full of fucking Pine Tree air fresheners. And so they wrote, Alex called the company and said, "Hey, we're doing a movie. We want Pine Tree air fresheners. Do you want to send us some of them? We'll, stick your brand name in the credits. And if they could be unscented, that'd be great, because otherwise we'll die, because this car is going to have 1,000 of them in it." And then the scene either got cut or never got filmed. But yeah, partially sponsored by Pine Tree air fresheners.
Is that actually the brand name, Pine Tree air fresheners?
I can't remember what no, it is not. It's something, something or other, paper products or whatever. So
threw away thousands of those in my lifetime as an automobile detailer as a young man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've sold thousands of those. We had literally fucking boxes of those things in the back when I worked at O'Reilly, because the Like, about every 3 weeks, some mechanic or body shop would say, give us a box of air fresheners.
Yeah.
And that would hold him for another year. This is a fun anecdote, right? Like, everybody cares about this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. People I can see sitting on the edge of their seat right now.
Yeah. So anyway, Emilio steals this car, basically, except it's a repo, so it's a legal steal.
Yeah.
Ish.
It's all legal.
Yeah. And he's following Harry Dean Stanton. They almost get hit by this 64 Malibu driving down the road.
You're going to point out the year, make, and model of every car in this movie.
A lot of them, but no, that one's specific. That's the fucking Malibu from the opening scene, man.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Yeah, they
probably because the car blends in. I don't know. The 70s cars, they just disappear.
Yeah. Apparently, Cox chose that specific Malibu because it was a weird combination of boxy and curvy and just looked threatening. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess that maybe is an interpretation if you're an English guy, because a 64 Malibu 4-door is just like the least threatening thing in the world to me.
Right, yeah.
Like, the only thing less threatening is a fucking VW Beetle. Like, seriously.
It also looks like a car an 8-year-old would be if you sat down and said, draw a car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they would basically draw that in profile.
Yeah. He also, Alex Cox is the writer-director of this film. And this is his first movie. Like, this is the first thing he did out of film school. And he's a really interesting guy. And one of his next door neighbor was a Repo Man, which is why he wrote this. And like a bunch of the shit that the Repo Men say is stuff from his neighbor. But he put a bunch of thought into some of the cars, like to points where I don't quite understand it. Like the 64 Malibu, he said, well, partially it was because I found it like curvy and boxy, so it was kind of threatening. But also it's the exact car somebody who at the peak of their nuclear scientist profession in 1964 would have bought right before their wife and children left them a few years later. And he's still driving it 20 years after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong. It's odd and interesting. Anyway, we get to the fucking repo lot. Did you notice the theme of the team's names?
No.
Okay, well, Harry Dean Stanton plays a character named Bud. Cy Miller, the black repo guy, is named Light.
Yeah.
The crazy guy who does, maintenance and repairs and burns shit is Miller.
Okay.
And the manager is Olympia. So they're all named after beers.
What about the lady? Marlene?
Marlene is not named after a beer. That's kind of an odd.
But she's
why.
also not. She's also kind of part of another team.
Also true.
So maybe that's a hint.
Could be. And Otto is handed a beer. Just beer, no brand name, because
nothing has brand names.
Yes. Which Alice Cox thought it was really important to make this as, just as bleak as possible.
Yeah, he did. It does it.
And also,
I like the cans of drinks.
Yeah. Drink food.
Yeah. Put it on a plate. You'll enjoy it more.
Very little of that was made for the movie. That was just the packaging of the Ralph's, always save, basically. Mm-hmm. And he managed to talk to the Ralph's, somebody at a Ralph's distributor who had a bunch of shit that couldn't be sold because it was expiring or whatever. So He got crates and crates of food, beer, etc.
They're just slamming expired beers all day. Like they're constantly drinking this beer.
They are. And I mean, why wouldn't you be? Good Lord.
Because you're driving all fucking day.
Come on. This is like 3-2. Hardly counts. So they recruit him to be part of the team. He is resistant to the idea, but he doesn't have
much else going on.
Yeah.
He could be working in an asbestos factory or whatever.
Yeah. But, or he could make fry cook, then you got some upward mobility
A
there.
lot of mobility. You could be manager in 2 years.
Yeah. So, cut to guys in radiation suits where the Malibu got pulled over in the first scene with like the burnt boots and shit. And we meet the most cyber person in this, even though it doesn't come across in the film at all.
No.
Agent
I guess
Rogers
we should point out this isn't cyberpunk in the least.
Hey, we're getting to the cyber right here.
Sure.
We meet Agent Rogers, who is a lady with a metal hand.
Right. It's not like a cybernetic hand though. It's just a metal prosthetic.
Yeah, and
even then it's
just a sequined glove.
It's just a hand with a metallic glove.
Yeah,
that she holds very still.
It made more sense and worked better back in the days when I was watching this on a scratchy VHS.
Right? Yeah, probably.
As it stands now in fucking 1080 or, fucking Blu-ray quality, it's a little chintzy. Not the highest quality effect you can get.
No, not really.
And in fact, many people do not realize until an hour
they
later
point it
in
out.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
And even then, it just looks fucking weird. And also that the characters are on drugs at the time. So you're like, okay, they could just be high.
Yeah.
So they're tracking the fucking Malibu. Something is in that fucking Malibu. And they think it's going to L.A. Bum, bum, bum. We go to Otto's parents' house. He eats some food. They are former hippies. And Otto has... he's got an idea, like, remember when you said, if I finish school, I could go to Europe and you'd give me $1,000? What if you give me the $1,000 now? Because he doesn't want to get this Repo Man job.
Right.
But unfortunately, his parents sent all the money to Reverend Larry for the purpose of sending Bibles to El Salvador.
Yeah, they're also transfixed, like almost in a hypnotic state by these guys, which felt very... what's the first Bridge Trilogy book? Was it Virtual Light?
Virtual Light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you go to the trailer park and everybody's obsessed with the televangelist.
Yeah. And also this movie has a ton of dropped plots. This was apparently the 17th or 19th draft of the script. And Cox was just swapping stuff in and out. Like Reverend Larry had a big part in earlier drafts. So instead you just get little tidbits here and there. Like he's on TV. And later in the movie, we'll see a ton of posters for a political candidate named Harry Price.
I saw those. I noticed those.
Yeah, and there's no payoff. That was a plot that, was 10 drafts ago. But it was like, I don't know, throw some shit up on the walls. Let's
Between that and the happy face button, I was also getting Transmetropolitan vibes from it.
Yeah.
Maybe subliminal, but I'm definitely thinking that the influence...
Oh, yeah.
It's going to have some score.
Yeah, I think it definitely has to be. So the next day, we go on a ride along with Bud, and he gets some repo tips. And at this point, see, Bud is pretty cool. He's got all these cynical and
he has girls paying to fuck him,
and vaguely philosophical.
Oh wait, Bud. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I got the wrong guy.
Yeah, vaguely philosophical bullshit. And, is a, that's why there ain't a Repo Man I know who doesn't take speed. Look at these assholes. Ordinary fucking people. I hate them.
Immediately cut to them doing lines.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun bit. Never broke into a car, never hotwired a car, never broke into a truck. I shall not cause harm to any vehicle, nor the personal contents thereof, nor through inaction let the personal contents thereof come to harm. It's what I call the repo code, kid. So he's set up as a cool character.
A mentor.
Yeah.
For our young hero.
And the fun thing is, as the movie goes on, this curdles. He, by the end of the film, he is a nightmare fucking person. And really horrible. But the movie Otto doesn't realize that. I guess the movie realizes it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a bunch of just fun and weird fucking lines. And it's at this point, they're going into a liquor store to buy some beer and cigarettes, which the fucking Commando cigarettes are $7.69 a carton.
Oh, a carton. Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that was a pretty good prediction. No, a carton. Damn.
No, I saw that number and I was like, oh, that seems very reasonable for Los Angeles. That's a carton.
Which was probably high for them.
It was probably relatively high.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool times. And so they almost run into Debbie, Archie, and Duke robbing the place.
This scene was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great. Then we go for a drive down our old friend, the LA River.
I did like just before we do that, I did like the separate storylines bouncing around. Like I enjoyed the punks just going around committing crimes.
We're going to get sushi and not pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun structurally.
Yeah.
You're like, anytime something becomes a drag, this movie does not drag it out at all. It's just like cuts to something completely fucking different. Is it the next day? Is it the punks? Is it fucking guys in radiation suits? It doesn't matter. We'll just change it up when the scene starts to drag. And it's kind of a good way to do a movie. Sort of the Monty Python flying circus model. Don't have an end? Well, a giant cartoon foot comes down and crushes everybody. So we go down the LA River. It's exactly the LA River we know and love from so many things and so many things in the future.
Yeah. One in particular I can think of.
Yeah. And we meet the fucking Rodriguez brothers in a sweet fucking like 65 Ford Falcon convertible.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
Yeah, they are Bud's bete noir.
Yeah, his rivals.
Yeah, they do a lot of putting down payments of cars and then just driving the hell out of them and, effectively committing loan fraud.
But they're also repo men?
They keep... yes, I think they also do that.
Okay.
They got a lot of irons in the fire, I think.
Yeah.
They're revolutionaries.
To Bud, credit score is like the ultimate judge of a person's character.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
That comes out in his last real big healthy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so they are his enemy. So they do a cool car chase through the LA River. Everybody spins out. It's a good time.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, it seems like it would have been fucking cool to film. Then we do a ride along. Otto does a ride along with Light, the black guy he's got a lot of things to talk about.
He's got a much different approach to the Repo Man lifestyle than Bud, too.
Yeah. He's an inveterate bullshitter, exactly as Bud is, but on a totally different wavelength. Yeah. About how he'll fuck anybody up. Yeah, he got a goddamn gun.
Yeah.
I want people to think. I'm happy if people think I'll shoot him when I walk into a room because I will fucking shoot him.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, that's a valid philosophy. And we steal a car from a fucking millionaire, and it is a 1972 Cadillac Eldorado convertible red.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty. And here comes another fucking plot. He's driving
a car, Cadillac. By the way, that a similar car we definitely would not have taken to set any fires.
No, 100%.
Definitely would not have been seen in any car like that.
Although
we might have been to parties with people who own cars like that.
Absolutely, that's very possible. I mean, you meet people at parties. That's the thing.
Yeah, and sometimes those people set fires, but
yeah.
Anyway,
certainly, we were never involved with that car or setting fires in that car or fireworks involving that car.
Yeah, definitely. They get it.
Yeah, they get it.
We're clean.
The audience is on our side in this, right?
Yeah.
So he is driving this Cadillac home. It's in pretty good shape. And he sees a girl walking down the street. And here comes our other plot. It's a girl wearing a smiley face pin, and her name is Layla, and she
Only 2 eyes.
is being followed by fucking feds in mirror shades. You know,
Layla appears to be 14. This girl seems so young to me.
I agree. She was actually 18 as the movie was being filmed.
Okay.
But yes, she does look young. Like,
I mean, 18's young.
Yeah. Well, she looks too young.
She looks like a child
Yeah.
for some of the scenes she's filming. Yeah.
Yeah, I think had they wanted to specifically make this character 14, would have bought it probably.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't hurt that like I went through her IMDb and she was a child star on all kinds of sitcoms and stuff.
Yeah.
Through the late 70s, so the world would have seen her as a child. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, so he picks this girl up. She's being followed by feds, and she has a picture of 4 dead aliens. What do you think?
I could not tell that from the picture, by the way.
That's intentional. The 4 dead aliens in the picture were condoms filled with water and some like grass skirts from like a party store.
Yeah, that's condoms filled with water. What I thought they were.
Yeah, it's just kind of a blur of some weird images that don't quite go together, but they're all in the same image. Anyway, she thinks this is these are the aliens that came down at Roswell. They've, somebody on their team has stolen them from the government labs and is bringing it to them. And in 4 days, this is going to be on the cover of all the biggest newspapers in the world. Look at this picture. It's weird. And then she's going to be, and it's being transported in this 1964 Malibu that she's got to keep an eye out for. Bum, 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 bum. And she's part of a fucking secret network. And it is based in a company called the United Fruitcake Outlet. And they have a quick fuck in front of them, in the back of the car. It's good.
If you're gonna fuck in a car,
it's a
70s Cadillac Eldorado is probably the one.
Yeah, you do all right in there.
You got a lot of room.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the hardtop's a little better, but the convertible works real good too. Anyway, the next day at the repo office, apparently there is a $20,000 reward for the Malibu that comes over the wire. And haven't really gotten into the logistics of this, but all these repo guys are independent contractors. They get paid, like, say, a couple of $100 per car they bring in, just depending on the specifics of the car. So $20,000 for a, not particularly interesting or exciting 20-year-old car is notable.
Yeah. He said like a $50,000 Porsche will get you $5,000 in commission for the repo. Yeah. So I never could quite figure out does that mean they would like 20,000 is the commission, or is that like the value they're giving the car? It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think I think
it's got to be the commission because the things that Harry Dean Stanton is wanting to do with the money you couldn't do with
it's the commission. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we have it's like next day, and this movie kind of just jumps time. Like I said, it just kind of changes scenes whenever it runs out of juice or doesn't have a good end. So, then we see him doing another ride along with Light, and we have a really nice Camaro theft tutorial. Like, if you want to steal a 70s Camaro, this shows you exactly the steps and the tools that you need to do so.
It really does.
It's quite extensive, honestly. Like they break into this Camaro. Otto opens up the briefcase that Light is digging tools out of, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly the equipment you need to steal that car. Mm-hmm. Like you could model this. He also has a gun in there, and a pack of Commando cigarettes. And a copy of a book called Diuretics.
Diuretics with an R.
Yes, correct. And an X at the end. And he apparently got that book out of a Maserati in Beverly Hills. So, you should read that. It's all about fucking mind over matter. Now, here's a fun bit of business.
Sorry. The Diuretics thing
It's totally useless. It's barely funny.
It's just a little jab.
It's barely funny enough to justify typing the lines, but it is funny that in 1984 Alex Cox was like, "Hey, got him."
Yeah. And what the whole thing grew into, and he had no idea.
Yeah, it's very funny. So, fun part about this, where they rip off the Camaro, you have seen that before in a movie, Eric. That street.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to the street. I was just watching the car.
Yeah, that's understandable. The car is bright red.
Yeah. Where is it?
That is exactly a corner of Banning Street on the border of Little Tokyo and the Arts District that was used in the final scene of Wild at Heart.
Oh,
where Nick Cage sings "Love Me Tender" to Laura Dern while standing on the hood of a Datsun.
Yeah, I think I can remember that.
Yeah, it's the building that they're in front of is not something you immediately notice, but if you look at it, you're like, oh, this is quite like distinct, the architecture. So we steal the convertible. They're tossing personal effects out of the car, including a birthday package that has stacks of $20 bills in it. Dies on the freeway.
Pork. They don't even look in the packages. They just throw them out the window, and they're full of money.
Yeah. It's
a weird throwaway joke that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a funny bit. Speaking of throwing away jokes, we go to the fire barrel with Miller.
Oh, God. This was in the... so I watched the trailer before I watched it, and like the first part of his monologue is in the trailer, only the trailer does have that really grainy early 80s movie quality.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
I like... That is a thing that... I don't know how much of that is just like DVD and movie studios not wanting to commit resources to cleaning that shit up, or if there's just a hey, this is fun presented in this old way, or if it's a matter of it would be actually weirdly difficult to do that. But a lot of even my high end fucking 4K Blu-rays will have the trailers for the movie on them, and it looks like it got ripped off of a 5th generation VHS.
Yeah.
And it lends vibes.
It does.
Yeah. So we have a philosophical conversation with Miller. It's played by an actor named Tracy Walter, who is maybe most notably for people of Eric and I's age, Bob the Goon from the 1989 Batman film.
Bob the Goon.
Yeah, he's Joker's second in command.
I don't remember, but
he's also very notably, like I don't remember if he's dead or not, Jack Nicholson's best friend for like 50 fucking years.
A lot of Lakers games those two went to, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he is a weird looking little scumbag oddball guy. And he's almost always that, and he's almost always great. Anyway, the important thing is there's no such thing as the difference between a flying saucer and a time machine.
I mean, I guess. Sure.
And
I'll give it to him.
Just imagine, audience. Just say you're in a conversation with somebody and you suddenly thought the words plate of shrimp. In the next couple of days, you'd probably see a sign that says plate of shrimp, or hear somebody say plate or shrimp.
It's called a collective subconscious, Josh.
It is. Eat
a lot of acid in your hippie days.
Yeah. And also, Miller doesn't know how to drive, because the more you drive, the less intelligent you are.
Yeah, it's an important note. It's not just a throwaway line.
No, that's important. We also, in this little burning shit at a burn barrel scene, we see Emilio getting rid of his the last vestige of his stock boy uniform with his shirt. And we get a bunch more visionnaires of Repo Man shit. The next one is him and Harry Dean Stanton standing at a telephone booth outside of the Hermanos Rodriguez apartment, where they're inside, and they don't approve of drugs. Huge drag-off joint. They get Harry Dean's harassing them over the telephone about wanting to know where the Falcon is, and they get the teletype of the Malibu, and then like throw it out the window at him, at him as a paper airplane, which sets up his back half of the movie where he gets obsessed with getting this fucking Malibu, understandably. And we find out later his goal is to open his own yard, get a couple of pit bulls, get a tow truck, and be
big.
Yeah, be able to say fuck off to Olympia. He's going fucking independent man.
Olympia is kind of a fuckhead.
Yeah, he's a fucking dick. Not like, I don't know, he's a guy I've met 1,000 times in my life, and yeah,
he's a salvage yard owner or whatever, but he's also like a used car dealership owner. I'm familiar.
Feels like he's doing everybody a favor, even when he is being the biggest goddamn dick in the world to them.
Right, yeah.
So then we cut to Otto making a phone call to Layla, and he informs her about this Malibu because she had told him about they were looking for a Malibu, and we find out this phone call is being tapped by Agent Rogers. And why do I keep saying it like that? Because in the credits, it's ROGERSZ.
Rogers.
With the metal hand. And they're in a fucking panel van with guys in fucking radiation suits. And shit.
The cheapest costumes money can buy.
Yeah, shit is about to get real. So Otto goes to the UFO, tries to have sex with Layla in her workplace.
Awkward.
And then says, what about, shouldn't you at least give me a blowjob?
She slaps him a couple times.
Yeah.
It's hilarious in that early 80s sexual assault way.
Apparently the slapping was entirely improv by the actress.
Nice. Good job.
And yeah, I feel like that's a good, we get that 80s sexual harassment thing, and she's like, fuck you, slap, slap, slap.
Yeah.
But, overall, she kind of blows it off.
Well, yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah.
It's just price of being a woman in the 80s, am I right?
It certainly is. Then we do more ride-alongs with Buzz about how credit is a sacred trust. And he doesn't want no commie. I don't want no commies in my car, and no Christians either.
Yeah, I like that line.
And it's like, Bud is a really interesting escalation because, like I said, he comes off as a guy who is cool and smart and has it all together if you're watching this movie as a 16-year-old in the opening scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, oh yeah, I got a code and blah, blah, blah. And I
Man's
think
got to have a code.
Yeah. And I've thought about all this shit and blah, blah, blah. And he's just absolutely full of shit to the brim. But then as it goes on, he keeps getting worse and worse. And you're like, oh, this guy's actually an absolute fucking nightmare to, I don't know, a few scenes from now where he's talking about how if only there was a way to track all these fucking winos down and find out what they owe.
Right.
And Otto is like, if they had any money, you think they'd be fucking winos? Like, they can't pay. That's not how this works. And Bud is very angry because nobody should not have the money to pay their debts.
Yeah, he's a strange guy.
Yeah,
real Dave Ramsey type.
Yeah, it's also, there's also a little bit of interesting meta stuff about it where Harry Dean Stanton was a fucking dick to.
Was he?
Yeah, to Alex Cox because this is Alex Cox's first movie. He's fucking 24 or something.
And Harry Dean Stanton was 97 in 1984.
Roughly.
Remained 97 for the next 20 years until he died at the age of 97.
Yeah. So they had some conflicts because Alex Cox wanted him to play certain things certain ways, and Harry Dean Stanton saw no reason that should be the case. And he almost like fucking, there's a scene a little while later where he's swinging a bat around and he almost fucking clocks the camera with the bat. Like the cameraman said, yeah, I felt the air wishing past me. And Harry Dean Stanton would not use a fucking plastic bat for the scene. Like a quote is, Harry Dean Stanton only uses real bats.
Good for him.
I mean,
the man's got to have a code.
You got to have a code. On the other hand, when there's expensive rented camera equipment and you're probably drunk and high,
yeah,
consider modifying that code.
Sure.
So Harry Dean is actually a little bit minimized from where he was in the original script. And like most of the stuff where Otto is out with Light were originally Harry Dean Stanton.
Oh, really?
Scenes. Okay. Yeah.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Light too, though. Light provides his own angle of wisdom.
Yeah. It's a really interesting, I think it was kind of a good choice in the end. Yeah.
Although I'm always happy to see more Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he appears on some of the special features on that Criterion disc I've got for this movie. And on the one hand, he's like, yeah, people seem to really like Repo Man, and I think it was a pretty good movie, even if I had a lot of disagreements with Alex Cox. But he was still wrong. I am still right, and I am a 97-year-old grumpy piece of shit,
and have been since 1974.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of those things where like, yeah, this is on the one hand, got to be a fucking nightmare to have him on your movie set, unless you have some way to control him.
Yeah.
Or he just really wants to be there. But on the other hand, you kind of had to know what you were getting into ahead of time because he's been that guy forever.
Yeah.
So we go to the Malibu, getting a car wash and then some gas. Hey, Kevin is the gas clerk here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of jobs. He just pops up.
Yeah, he just
keeps
a lot of
popping
up.
Places.
Yeah. He just keeps fucking popping up. He originally started on the movie as a PA. And then I guess right before production started, Alex Cox said, "Hey, you want to play Kevin?" And he was like, "Okay." So good deal.
That's a good job.
Yeah. So there's a very fun little speech from J. Frank Parnell, who is the scientist driving the Malibu, to Kevin about how he needs to get some food, and are there any food machines in there? Because the food you get out of machines has all of the nutrients and blah, blah, blah that you need. Okay, even if you're not going to watch this movie, audience, go to the IMDb quotes page, because it is full of very funny, insane shit. Like all sorts of very bizarre speeches that we simply have neither the time nor inclination to, we could just recite the movie to you in terms of funny, weird shit.
Like I said, it's a string of weird bits and monologues just kind of chucked together.
Yeah. So he goes to get some food, and then the fucking Rodriguez brothers show up at the next pump. And as we know, they know about the fucking Malibu. So they send Kevin away on a little errand to get a matchbook that they left in the office last week, which is the dumbest excuse ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go ahead and steal the fucking boo. So it drives off, and then I lost my place.
It drives off. I'm trying to remember what happens next.
Oh, yeah, okay. They drive off, and this is the point at which you can see an Alex Cox cameo. He's also one of the workers of the gas station.
Oh, okay, nice.
He's got a funny little head. He's got kind of a weird-looking dude. But they take off in the boo, and then we go to Otto trying to repo the beautiful Oldsmobile wagon from a pleasant little black lady in a house who's serving him tea, and he's saying he really doesn't want to take the car. But, you need to make some payments on it. And then a fucking moped riding gang straight out of The Who, except they're all black guys, show up. And
like 8 of them, and they're all like 6 feet plus tall.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I don't think he was going to repo it anyway. Well, yeah. He does when he leaves, but I feel like he had a soft spot for this old lady. She seemed nice.
Yeah, and then he got freaked and decided, okay, there might not be a better time to do this, attempts to steal it, and then he gets the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
And I think this is the same Oldsmobile like color and model as the main character drives on the currently running procedural High Potential, starring Caitlin Olsen.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are cool. They've got the windows that wrap around partially onto the top in the back. Neat cars.
Oh, the wagon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've noted that when I saw it. I love that style.
Yeah, it's not something you see a lot anymore, but it's a very, wow, we're in the fucking 70s, man.
Yeah, it rules.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets the shit beat out of him.
Isn't it weird how like when we were young, 60s cars were the coolest fucking looking cars. 70s and 80s cars are really unremarkable. And 90s were whatever. They were the cars of the time. And now, like, 60s cars are cool, but they're also a little bit played out. And I'm looking at the 70s and 80s cars like, that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it's partially just a matter of, like, in the 70s and 80s, we were only seeing the most boring and common 70s and 80s cars, some of which were beautiful.
Yeah.
But you almost never saw, like, this Oldsmobile Safari wagon or whatever the fuck it's called.
But, like, when I look back and I think of the cars that I've owned that I'd like to own again, I don't know that I would choose one of the 60s Cougars I was driving around. I might choose the 82 GMC Stepside.
I honestly...
Big boxy truck.
Literally yesterday, I was thinking about that truck. I
miss it, man.
God, it came up. One drove through my parking lot yesterday afternoon. I was like, man, that truck Eric had was fucking cool.
It was cool, dude.
Like, what if we had actually gotten that fucking redwood for the bed?
Oh, it'd be so easy. Like, if I knew now what knew then what I knew now, it would.
Yeah. That would be literally an afternoon project for us.
Right.
Shit-faced. And watching
$50 at Home Depot.
Yeah. It's like, especially that generation of Chevy pickups is, man, those controls are like molded to my hands.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'd have dreams in that truck. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This movie was obviously going to make us reminisce about cars.
Yeah, that's probably partially why I like it. I mean, it's actually a lot of these movies from the fucking 70s, 80s, and 90s. I spend my first watch going, oh, beautiful. Is that like an 83 Tercel?
Check out our other podcast. Eric and Josh talk about 80s cars that they drove in the 90s.
Yes. So we move the fuck on. What do we move on to? The Rodriguez brothers have pulled over. They are sweating like pigs. Something is very hot in the trunk of this fucking Malibu. And one of them goes into a restaurant to get him some cold drinks. The other one gets on the phone to talk to their sister, I think? Question mark?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
About how to get rid of this car real fast because it's fucking weird and it's cooking them. And you notice...
It's hot. And she goes, it's stolen? He goes, no, it's actually hot.
Yeah. And if you look, you notice right behind the brother on the payphone, there's a sign in the restaurant window for, you guessed it, a plate of shrimp.
I did not notice that. That's fucking good.
See? It's the collective unconscious, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while he's on the phone doing that, we see Debbie, Duke, and Archie robbing a pharma warehouse.
Bunch of pills.
Yep.
They're
And
just having a good time.
they really are. You know, they're just out doing crimes. And they go ahead and steal the Malibu right out from under the Rodriguez brothers' noses and take the fuck off. So we get Layla. She's on a payphone talking with the Malibu driver, and he is on another payphone half a block away. They have trouble understanding each other because he is using a scrambler, which is just his words played backwards through the phone.
I don't think I understand the point of that little bit of technology, but sure.
I think theoretically the scrambler was malfunctioning was the problem. But at the exact same time they're on the phone, he's trying to tell her he lost the Malibu. Suddenly he's almost taken out by the feds, who just plow through the phone booth in their like 1974 Plymouth, which in the real world does not have airbags, but in this movie it does. They're funny comedy airbags, like, because that was a funny thing.
Yeah.
It's like
airbags deployed on these guys in suits. It's hilarious.
So it's a fun bit. And Layla gets fucking captured running away. Bum, bum, bum. So we get to one of the weirdest conversations in the film, where all the repo guys are just hanging the fuck out. Otto shows up. He's been beaten up. And we learn a little bit about John Wayne's sexual habits.
Oh, God. This is the most dated and hard to watch portion of the film from a modern perspective.
It is, yeah. I vaguely remembered this conversation, but only in generalities. And then sitting down to watch it, I was like, oh yeah, we don't use that language anymore.
No.
Now, one thing I will say is that Alex Cox says that the speech is almost verbatim from a guy who owned a specialty glass company who lived down the street from him. This guy swore up and down that he had installed two-way mirrors at John Wayne's house, which, you know, and as one of the characters said, I think it was Olympia, you know, not a big deal. A lot of straight guys like to watch their buddies fuck. I know I do.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, I didn't see there was, I don't know, the movie's got a couple of homophobic spots.
Yeah. I mean,
but it did make it clear that all these guys who are being homophobic were probably a little bit gay themselves. I don't know.
And they're all idiots. I mean, you know, yeah, it's a weird bit of business. Anyway, they're beating up Otto to get him to tell them who beat him up. We remember it was the moped guys last night.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't want to share that for some reason.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. Probably, I don't know why. Anyway, he tells them it was his manager at the grocery store. So they're gonna go out, dress up as fucking sheriff's deputies, and beat the shit out of this guy.
It is a good question why he would cover for them, or maybe he didn't want to get the old lady in trouble. I don't know.
Maybe he knew they would lose to 8 fucking giant guys with ball bats.
They definitely would.
Yeah, these guys are all, you know, I think probably Light is the youngest, and he can't be younger than 35. Yeah.
Of course, in the early 80s, it's hard to tell.
Also true, yeah.
Everyone's rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah. So they dress up as deputies and go beat up the Ralph's manager. And then...
Funny. He deserved it because it was established he sucked.
Yeah, he sucks. He's a manager. Like, obviously. Come on. Pay attention. So, around this time, Otto gets a phone call from Layla and then goes to meet her at a club. And there is a band playing at this club. Do you know who this band is, Eric?
You told me, but I forgot.
It is the Circle Jerks.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's the Circle Jerks with one of their odder lineups of all time. Chuck Biscuits is playing guitar. Chuck Biscuits, famous as a drummer, famous as one of the best drummers of hardcore punk.
Yeah.
All of them are playing guitar. It's they're dressed up like lounge singers. It is something. Like,
he's also famous for collecting cereal boxes.
Cereal boxes. He loves cereal boxes. Why don't you talk about that for a second, Eric?
I don't have much to say other than back in the day when you were young, before YouTube, if you wanted to hear about your favorite band, you would have to buy a VHS tape. Where
they were never rentable. Almost.
They were never rentable. You'd have to buy them from a music store, not from like your regular video store.
And they would be 45 minutes long and cost $30.
Yeah, but they'd have like interviews with your band and to follow them around on tour. And so we had one for Glenn Danzig, who and Chuck Biscuits was like his touring drummer at that time.
Uh-huh.
And they had a strange interview with Chuck Biscuits showing off his cereal box collection. And it's always stuck in my head.
It's, yeah. And
Glenn Danzig showed off his book collection. all documented, all true.
All documented, all true.
That is on YouTube, and I highly suggest, if you haven't seen it, look up Danzig showing off his book collection. It's one of the greatest things.
It is
Same
peak
video.
Danzig. Like, it's both peak Danzig is cool and peak, oh my God, Danzig is a delusional moron.
Biggest fucking dork that's ever lived.
Yes, it's pretty great. So Otto is there, and he meets Metal Hand Lady and Layla. And we have a tense conversation about how, I guess this is the point at which the plot gets a little muddy.
Yeah, I was lost here. I couldn't figure out why Layla and the Metal Hand Lady were together.
Yeah, I think the idea is that Layla and the Metal Hand Lady teamed up because Layla thought, well, if I can use the Metal Hand Lady and her organization to get to the aliens, then I can get to the aliens.
Yeah.
Like,
true. I guess that's it.
Because I think she's less interested in her own organization's goals than being able to, I don't know what, touch an alien? I'm not sure.
She's obsessed with aliens.
I don't know the end goal, but
the important thing is our Queen Debbie shows up.
Mm-hmm. Debbie shows up. She licks Agent Roberts' finger and like puts gum on it, and it's kind of gross.
Yeah,
it's weird. The punks show up and they're making fun of Otto and how he's not their friend anymore, and then are jerks and take off. And they go outside to their car, which, if you remember, is the Malibu. And the scientist is there. He's found his car. He's trying to get into it. And the punks say, no, that's our car. And he says, what about the pecan pies in the back? There aren't any pecan pies in the back. We threw those out.
No, they ate them.
They ate them. Did they? Okay.
I think they ate them.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, oh, so do you guys look in the trunk at all? Do you know what's in there?
Never mind. You probably shouldn't look in there anyway.
Yeah. Come on.
I'll look in the trunk.
Yeah, better not to look. So they're going to open the trunk, and Archie gets cooked down to his boots.
And the other dude gets his hand like burnt off.
Does he?
Well, it doesn't show it. Okay, so it doesn't show it specifically in this scene, but on the next scene when he's laying on the floor, his hand is all fucked up. So I assumed it was from the trunk because he burns it like trying to.
Oh yeah, yeah. He wraps a shirt around it or a bandana around it.
When he's laying there dead, it's all scarred up, and it's obviously makeup or like a prosthetic.
I do not think I ever noticed that. Huh.
It's there, I promise you.
Good spot. I believe you. I mean,
and it could have been some stuff cut out. Who knows?
I was just too focused on his incredible acting in that scene.
It's great. He's fantastic. Best Oscar worthy.
Yeah, it's great. So Archie dies. R.I.P. Miguel Sandoval.
He's in a lot of shit, by the way. I did IMDb him.
Tons of shit. He is a wonderful character actor, and he is the father of Olivia Sandoval, who this is for almost nobody. She played I can't remember the Debbie, I think maybe. Actually, yeah, it might be Debbie. The head of like Globochem or whatever it was, the company in Lodge 49.
Wow. I like that show, but I don't remember Debbie.
She's like the CEO, and she is clearly an insane person. and is so fucking funny. And I wish she worked more. Like, I have enjoyed her in everything that I think I've seen her in.
Anyway, her dad gets killed.
Her dad gets fucking toasted. He is like, yeah. He's very dumb in this movie.
This movie is a movie about punks made by punks, but they really sure lean into some of the dumb punk kid stereotypes. Like,
yeah, it's really fun to hear Debbie's English accent just come and go, like line to line, which I feel is very intentional.
Probably.
So yeah, they go ahead. Debbie and Duke, the survivors. Debbie says, "Come on, Duke, let's go do those crimes." Yeah, let's get sushi and not pay. And they run off.
They just watch their friend get disintegrated.
Yeah. So now, J. Frank Parnell has the boo back. Then we get a mediocre car chase because the brothers Rodriguez see the Malibu. They're chasing that. Then, on the way back from beating up the grocery store manager, the repo guys are all in Bud's Impala, and they see the Rodriguez brothers. So we get a really short, mediocre car chase where they're trying to chase the Rodriguez brothers because they want that fucking Falcon. It ends up in, like, the boo gets away. The Falcon gets a flat and smashed a little bit, and it turns out that the Rodriguez brothers actually paid the fucking Falcon off. So Bud is in trouble.
Yeah. He just assaulted them basically with a vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. Which really isn't a big deal, except for the fact that this might hurt his insurance or his credit. Yeah. Uh-huh. And remember, he's going to open up that independent yard.
Yeah.
So
a couple of pit bulls.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, cut to the next day. We get a ride along. After I think, also Bud gets cut loose like the next day by the yard because it's going to raise our insurance rates. We got to wait until this all works out. Stay home for a week. You're too worked up about this fucking Malibu and the Rodriguez brothers. And then Bud throws a shit fit, and Olympia's like, "Fuck it, you're gone. Go to hell.
Get out of here."
So
it's not important. We literally got our last guy walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do this job.
Yeah. So then there's another short ride along with him, with Bud and Otto. And this is where he talks about how he's looking at hobos and thinking about if only we could figure out how much they owe and how to make them pay. And it's completely fucking unhinged. So Otto, anyway, he ends up kicking Otto out of the car. Otto takes off. We walk by a bunch of Harry Price posters, hazmat teams, burning bodies.
Yeah.
It's normal stuff.
While monologuing to themselves, it was weird.
Yeah, it's odd. And he spots the fucking Malibu just out of the blue, chases it, and gets a ride. Here's where we learn the plot. Ish?
Sort of.
So
no aliens, turns out.
Yeah, we're introduced to J. Frank Parnell. That's his name. He has some nice thoughts about how radiation is actually safe for everybody. Everybody could get 200 chest x-rays a year with no harm whatsoever.
And you can tell he's right by the way he's deteriorated over the course of this film.
Yeah, there's one thing. There are a couple of cut scenes on the DVD, and it's like they're all cut for good reason. Like, it's the back half of the scene where he's talking to Kevin at the gas station and stuff like that. But you see him like running his fingers through his hair and like a big clump comes out and he's like looking at it. So it is very clear, especially in the cut scenes, like this guy is dying of radiation poisoning.
Yeah.
But because those little bits didn't happen in kind of more useful lines of dialogue, they kind of ended up cut just, I think, through random chance.
I still could see it happening. Like he pukes at that point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They show Emilio Estevez puking at one point when he gets near the car. So it's pretty clear that it's happening.
Yeah, it absolutely is. But it was more clear. He's really interested in radiation and how it's safe for everybody. And
by the way, there's also when the car drives by, it's always making this boop, 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 boop,
Yes.
this bubbling, gurgling sound. It's like,
yeah, it's weird. He knows the designer of the neutron bomb, and gave himself a lobotomy because, like,
once you've seen something really fucked up, the lobotomy is the only way to go.
mm-hmm. Yeah, things went terribly for this friend of his, and so he had a lobotomy, and now he's loving it.
I'm loving it. This guy's scientific thinking is really stuck in like 1953.
Yeah, it's not
lobotomies and radiation. What could go wrong?
Yeah, he has a fun little line about how the two hemispheres are fundamentally at odds, to which I will refer us back to the theory of the bicameral mind.
Yeah, good stuff.
Which we'll be coming back to in a couple of weeks, audience.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So he's ranting and raving at Emilio in the passenger seat, and Emilio's saying like, "Hey,"
fucking dies. Sorry.
He's like, "Hey, why don't I drive? This is a nice old car. Why don't you let me drive?" And it's just going on and on, like, the two hemispheres are fundamentally at odds, and it's strange. I do, and then dies.
Yeah, just fucking dies.
Yeah. So Otto puts him on a bench and takes the boo to the lot.
Yep.
As you do. And we see a sign on the door to the lot about how there's a party at Miller's place, and we go there. And all the repo wives are there.
The repo wives.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite lines in the movie, comes up about that later. It's not actually a very interesting scene, except you're just kind of like, yeah, this is some bullshit. Nonsense.
And they all want to fuck Emilio.
Because he is the young new waver.
They're like, they just love the repo guys.
Yeah, he's the youngest by 30 fucking years there.
Yeah.
So we see a new liquor store robbery. It's Duke and Debbie. Duke is asking Debbie if she'd like to settle down and have his baby. And then we cut to inside the store where Bud and Otto have just walked in. And they're getting some beer and whatever. And hey, it's the security guard from Ralph's. And then Duke and Debbie come in. There's a shootout. Everybody but Debbie and Otto get shot in one way or another. And so at this point that Otto, trying to talk his way out of it, says, come on, are you sure we can't have a relationship? If you stick with me, I'll make you a repo wife. But Duke got shot.
Our queen is destined for greater things.
Yeah. Duke's lying on the floor in a puddle of ketchup, possibly blood. The ketchup was intentional because Alex Cox was worried that he wanted to throw a bunch of fake blood around, but he thought...
But he didn't want to get the...
Yeah. So intentionally, there's a bunch of ketchup knocked on the ground.
So you can't tell what's what.
Yeah, exactly. And he says, "The lights are growing dim, Otto. I know a life of crime has led me to this sorry fate, and yet I blame society. Society made me what I am." And he dies.
He goes, "Don't worry, you'll be okay." And then he looks at the wound. He goes, "Or maybe not."
Or maybe not. And then Otto takes the fuck off. And, while he was at the party, we saw somebody stealing the Malibu from the lot.
Right, yeah.
But we don't know who. Feds are torching Parnell's body. They raid the repo office. Marlene beats the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Another very funny line where she's about to smash this Fed in the face with a chair. He says, "Not my face." The camera cuts away to her. She throws the chair at him, and he says, "My face."
Ow, my face. It's a very, very, 90s sketch comedy joke, I feel like.
Yeah, it is. But Otto gets taken into custody, interrogated by both Agent Rogers and Layla.
Tortured.
Yeah, tortured. She shocks him.
She said earlier that, "Are you going to torture me?" They said, "No, we're not going to torture you." She's like, "Oh, I'd torture me." In a heartbeat.
Me. Yeah.
She's quick to torture.
Yeah, yeah. And then, as he can't answer any fucking questions because he doesn't know shit, he is suddenly rescued by the Rodriguez brothers and Marlene. Turns out they're revolutionaries. This is where the movie starts diverging under to several different paths, only one of which made it to shooting. At a certain point in the version of this film, the bomb in the trunk of the Malibu was smuggled down to Central America by the Rodriguez brothers, Marlene and Otto, and used to resist the United States imperial occupation. In another, it's detonated in downtown LA. There are several versions of the end, but
cool.
This is the one we got. And you see these little glimpses, like when we saw the Rodriguez
got
brothers.
The most realistic one.
Yeah, exactly. When we saw the Rodriguez brothers' apartment earlier, we saw stacks of fucking guns and anti-tank missiles. Uh-huh. So, anyway,
it's kind of fun to not explain those, though.
Yeah, it really does make the movie fun.
Yeah.
So they take Otto to the hospital, and it turns out that Kevin is on a stretcher with a sheet pulled over him, but he's alive.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, Otto," and then Otto just throws the sheet back over him and ignores him.
It's funny. He is cued into which door is Bud's because of the air freshener on the knob. Yeah. He gives Bud, who is comatose apparently, a little speech about how I'm real sorry about how this all worked out, and blah blah blah, and then the feds show up and there's a gunfight and chased off.
This was one of my favorite moments. Is when the Fed with the 2 tear gas canisters on his chest.
Yeah.
The brothers just each grab a canister and pull the pin, and then he's just getting tear gas blasted in his face.
Funny. Yeah.
And the whole room fills with tear gas. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's funny shit.
Yeah.
Shootout with feds in Bud's room. Everybody runs away to either escape to their cars or chase the people escaping their cars. And we see Bud waking up to the sounds of Reverend Larry on the TV talking about this Malibu, and with the pine tree air freshener in his hand, left by Otto. So we got to chase out of the parking garage. Otto steals a car poorly. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the fucking Boo is there, and it's glowing now. I
just realized you skipped the Mustang. That was a ways back.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
fine.
it was. Yeah.
We're out of time anyway, but that was one of the prettier cars of the movie.
Yeah, that was a fun robbery.
Yeah.
Or repo. Sure.
Yeah, repo.
Actually, that's one of the things. Actually, that's the scene in which Light explains, no, I don't care about the Rodriguez brothers. They're in the same fucking business as we are, stealing cars. Who gives a shit? We got different paperwork than they do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Also, he taught him that blanks work just as well sometimes as real bullets.
Yeah. So, so we see the the Malibu going through the parking garage, driven by who? We don't know yet, but it's now glowing. Do you know how they achieved that effect, Eric?
I was actually looking at it and kind of wondering. It appeared to be some type of paint.
Yeah.
All over everything that was incandescent.
Yeah, it was apparently a paint developed by DuPont for, I've seen conflicting reports of whether it was for road signs or markings on roads. And it fluoresces when you hit it with X frequency of light.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great fucking idea. And I got a sample, pint of it or something. And said, this is going to look fucking great. And then only after he had placed the order, because he bought several different things to try on different materials and see how they looked. And he was like, oh, this one's going to be perfect. Give me enough to cover the exterior and interior of a 1964 Malibu. So X number of gallons. Only then did he find out it was $600 a gallon.
Damn.
After the paint got delivered and he was handed an invoice.
Fuck.
Yeah. That kind of blew up.
And they probably needed a couple cars covered. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That blew a chunk of the budget. Anyway, it's a cool and, not cheap, but lo-fi effect.
Yeah, it makes it look like, I mean, fuck, it looks like the car's actually glowing, because it is. It's an effect that probably wasn't possible to look that realistic back then in any other way.
Yeah, it looks weirdly unearthly, even if you know this is just a car painted with a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a chase out of the parking lot. The Malibu shoots some feds with lightning. And turns out that Bud is in it. Bud stole the car from the fucking repo lot.
We knew all along.
We did. And Otto's in the car. He gets reports of hails of ice cubes.
Yeah, that was strange.
Which is the cheapest effect in the world.
Just throw ice cubes.
Yeah, it's literally the director throwing ice cubes.
Yeah.
But he follows the odd weather reports and finds the Boo and Bud in the fucking repo lot. Then a helicopter and the feds show up, and Otto gives Bud some of his own advice back. Only an asshole gets killed over a car, because he wants the goddamn $20,000. But he's, if he gives the car over the feds, he's not going to get that fucking money.
Right, and I was wondering who's paying the bounty on this car.
Different feds?
Because I assumed it was the feds.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'd always assumed, but I'd never followed it through to a logical conclusion.
At this point, it seems like the bounty's out the window, buddy.
Or maybe they would have handed him a check.
Yeah, maybe.
If he hadn't gotten out of the car and started shooting at the helicopter, who then shoots him. He gets shot in the stomach, says he'd rather die on his feet than live on his knees, which is a Zapata quote.
Yeah.
And I think this movie kind of popularized it a little bit. It used to be a lot more obscure than it became after this movie came out. So the helicopter lands and the fucking box truck pulls up with Agent Rogers and Layla, and the feds, even in their radiation suits, can't get close to the fucking Malibu. They get incinerated.
It's repelling them. It's got a repelling field.
Then some faith leaders arrive, including our Reverend Larry from earlier. And,
apparently a monkey. No, wait, not a monkey. Was it a monkey?
Yeah, It's a monkey. Mike Nesmith playing a rabbi.
Yeah.
And they are repelled as the Bible catches fire.
It's an anti-religious movie. I will say that for it.
It is like
it's a dim view.
This movie is perfectly calibrated to make me fucking laugh my ass off at 14.
You could tell when he steals the first car and there's a little Virgin Mary on the dash and he just grabs it and throws it out the window.
Tosses it out, yeah. So everybody's pushed back. But then, who can do it? It's our secret superhero. Miller arrives. Miller, who had his fun philosophical thing about time machines and UFOs earlier, he just walks up to the car, taps it, hops into the passenger seat, and then slides right across because, bench seats, baby.
Yeah, remember bench seats?
It's so beautiful watching him just get into the passenger side of the car and move smoothly.
Yeah, no console to crawl over.
Yeah, nothing.
I kind of miss him sometimes.
I do too. They're, in terms of like crash safety and stuff, bench seats are not good comparatively. But on the other hand, dude, just being able to hop into a fucking car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have your girl sit over and sit in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's classic 80s shit.
It really is.
We're old.
Yeah, we are. He calls Otto over to the car. And Otto goes ahead and gets in. And then,
but first Layla says, what about our relationship?
Yes. Layla says,
did you say fuck you or something?
What about our relationship? Fuck that.
Fuck that, yeah.
And then he says, Miller, you can't even drive. Don't worry about it. And the car takes off.
I did not expect that.
Uh-huh.
I did not expect the glowing car to fly through the night.
It flies across the city. And Otto is looking out the window at all of LA laid out below him. And he says, whoa, this is intense. And Miller says, the life of a repo man is always intense. And that's the end of the fucking movie, baby.
Fiend.
Yeah.
Wow, that was something.
It is. Yeah, and then the Iggy's pop song plays, which was good for Iggy because he was in a rough spot in his career right then due to, the heroin and stuff. But yeah, it's a good song. A couple of little notes. Miguel Sandoval, who played Archie, apparently came up with a pretty good sequel idea that Alex Cox could not get funded, and this was the better part of 20 years ago, where Otto returns from space, and he's kind of Lee Marvin in Point Blank, where he's just taking vengeance on all the other Repo Men.
There was a sequel, though.
Mm-hmm.
Repo
It
Chick.
was Repo Chick, not legally a sequel due to rights issues, but yes, many of the people appear in it, including Miguel Sandoval.
Pretty much everybody but Emilio, from what I saw.
Yeah, and that's something that I found really interesting about the DVD. Like, almost everybody involved with this movie was happy to show up for dumbass bullshit special features.
Yeah.
Like, but Emilio was nowhere to be found, anywhere near it. And
now he kind of went on to bigger and better things, and I can see why you might not have the most pride in this.
I don't know. I think
when you're doing Young Guns.
See, this seems like this was probably an insane movie to make, but it's also a real fucking calling card. I mean, if nothing else, this movie is very famous, or was very famous, just for the soundtrack, which is all LA hardcore stuff, and this movie probably sold way more tickets, or way more soundtracks than they did tickets.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, would you like to know how this movie sold tickets?
Yeah, I would, actually.
Okay, so this movie, number one, cost $1.5 million.
Nice.
Yeah. It eventually made $3.7 million.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, pretty good. I mean, pretty good return.
Surprising.
It took like several years to make that money because
VHS.
No, this is only theatrical.
Okay.
It took several years to make that money because of the soundtrack. Apparently, Universal, who distributed this, did not have a lot of faith in it. It had been bought by a former regime, and then CEO stuff happened. So it kind of snuck out and opened in a handful of theaters. But since Universal was owned by MCA at the time, who put out the soundtrack shipped out all over the country and did surprisingly well because, punk was still kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they apparently, even after it came out and just fizzled, they kept getting requests from people in Ohio saying, this Repo Man soundtrack, we're selling tons of copies of it. Do you think you can get us the movie into the theater in town? So it ran for 2 fucking years in theaters because of just a handful at a time. It's very odd.
It is unique.
So you want to know what the number one movie was when it came out, which was March 2nd, 1984?
Sure.
It's a very Repo Man movie. It's almost exactly the same, honestly.
Okay.
In its second week in theaters, making $6.3 million this week. Footloose.
So exactly the same. Yes.
Exactly the same.
Rebels. They're all punks.
Yeah.
In a way.
Uh-huh.
Going against authority. They hate religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both have sexy young 80s guys starring in them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I can see it.
Going further down the list, The Right Stuff is at number 10. That's good.
We completely skipped over the Repo Man tractor chicken fight.
Yeah, we did.
But it was an intense scene.
It really was. We have to lose some things for time.
Yeah, we're limited.
Another almost exactly Repo Man movie is at number 18, The Big Chill.
Okay.
It's exactly the same in terms of music. And in its 25th week, Return of the Jedi. All right, that's it. Oh, actually, opening at number 29, brand new this week, is honestly, another amazing music movie. One of the best music movies ever fucking made. And I did not know these both opened the same weekend. Would you like to take a guess, Eric?
No, I've got nothing in 84.
This is Spinal Tap.
Oh, wow.
Making $30,000 this weekend.
Oh.
And Repo Man doesn't even come, like, it doesn't even approach the top 30.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't, like, it didn't even go 5 digits, I don't think, on opening weekend.
yeah.
All right, let's rate this motherfucker and then
Okay, great.
skedaddle. Story of Repo Man. What a story. What a tale.
What a story.
I'm going to go 5. It just
Yeah.
there wasn't much story. It was bits.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like about it. I think a 5 is a very reasonable place to be, perhaps even generous.
It almost feels like if it wasn't so like, gory and stuff, it could almost be a sitcom, like just this Repo Man group getting into hijinks every week.
Yeah.
So you say, what do you say?
5. I think
5
that's
as well? Okay.
like, I agree. I mean, I love this movie to death, and 5 is almost generous.
Influence. Like I said, we've pointed out a couple that I think maybe subconscious, maybe collectively subconscious. I feel like it did influence some stuff in the future.
The Briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yes, obviously. Who knows what Tarantino?
Yeah,
Weirdo.
I'm going to go fairly high on influence, if only because I know of a lot of authors and a lot of filmmakers who will happily say, "Oh, Repo Man is, the greatest movie of all time because it cost $1, and
Right.
You could do this in a movie. Holy shit!" So I'm going to give this a 7.5.
I think I'll just go 7. That's fair. Prescience, man. Like, I know this like the dystopia isn't leaned on too heavy.
No,
in this movie,
it's background dystopia, like background radiation.
right. But what they do show seems like the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the streets with all the winos, and I'm sure those existed in the 80s, but they definitely still exist now.
Yeah.
Only they're fentanyl people now. So I'm gonna go 7 again.
Yeah, I think that's let's see. Okay, the music today isn't as good, so
there is music that's as good, and if somebody put a movie together, they could make modern music that's
theoretically choose. Okay, yeah, good point.
A lot of those musicians would, of course, be inspired by the musicians of the time of this.
That's certainly true. Actually, maybe I should go back and add to my
7 for the music.
Yeah.
7 for pressure. Yeah, I think that's a separate thing.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe that'll go into style.
Yeah, which is what we're going. Yeah, style. The music is going to play heavily. It's an ugly, dirty, kind of grimy movie, but that's kind of punk. So
and it's intentionally that way. Yeah,
yeah. I definitely think it's. I think I'd go as high as 8 for style.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do 8.5, partially because I really feel like they literally spent $0 on costumes, maybe $1 on the metal glove.
$1.
But
the punks spent some money on hairspray.
Yeah, that's true. And the music. You got fucking The Plugs, Circle Jerks, Black Flag, Fear, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It
is kind of funny how Emilio's dressed like a Mormon for the whole fucking movie
or a New Waver. He has a very skinny tie.
Yeah, he does.
That was in my notes, but I skipped over it when there's a certain point where Harry Dean's in a phone booth and Emilio is wearing a skinny tie and a jacket and fiddling with a little tiny keyboard, like music keyboard.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was like, oh, this is the progression of, punk to new wave.
Yeah. Right. We're witnessing it.
Yeah.
1 to 5 hand raisers.
This is absolutely, for me, a minimum 4.5 hand raiser movie. If I was drunk and 10 years younger, this would be 5 all fucking day.
So what do you want me to write down? 4.5?
4.5, yes.
Okay. I think I'm gonna hit it at 3.
Okay.
I think 3 is where I'm feeling it because it's definitely got some stuff I really liked, but I don't think I'm gonna be revisiting Repo Man. It's just the whole didn't come together for me. Although there are clips I would gladly watch on YouTube.
Like I can totally see that. I thought you might be on my side of the fence in terms of this, but it is it's real fucking uneven. It's narratively fairly insane, but I find there to be a big level of charm to that.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We did Repo Man. It's time to get the fuck out of here. Let's talk about what's coming up. Okay, we actually had a change of plans right after recording this. So here's your update. Next week, we're going to do a Japanese film called The Machine Girl, which, as far as I can tell, is about a schoolgirl who gets a machine gun for a hand and shoots a whole lot of people. So that should be fun. It's available on Amazon, Crunchyroll, and the usual places. YouTube, I think it's actually for free on YouTube. The following week, we're going to take a break because we've got a lot of TV watching for the week after that. We're hoping to do season 1 of Westworld, and we're hoping to have a guest for that one if schedules align. Machine Girl, break, Westworld season 1. If that doesn't work out and the scheduling changes, well, I'm about to tell you what I'll do. I'll skeet it out. So follow us on Bluesky. That's a good way to segue into that. You can also follow us on Discord. If you go to Astronomica's Discord, astronomicapodcast.com, we're in there. We've got our own little channel. It's much cooler than having our own Discord because there's Astronomica shit, and that podcast rules.
Yeah, and no paperwork type shit for us to do.
Yeah, no paperwork. Famously, Discord. To have your own Discord server, just so much shit you got to fill out and submit to the government.
Honestly, regardless of the government thing, just like filling out a fucking web form would kill me at this point.
Patreon.com/hightechlowlife. I almost feel bad plugging it because we have been ignoring it for so long.
Yeah, actually, this would have been a good fucking movie to watch for your first watch.
Maybe we should watch Repo Chick.
Maybe we should. It has a truly atrocious IMDb rating.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth covering on the show because it looks even less punk, less cyberpunk, and it looks really, really bad.
Actually, that does really quickly bring me to Alex Cox's, I think, his next film after this was Sid and Nancy, which is very good. And then his next film after that was a movie called Walker, which is a historical drama about an American mercenary in the 1860s who goes to Panama and tries to take it over. And this happened in reality as a mercenary.
Oh yeah, he's been on I think he had a Dollop episode.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Even Behind the Bastards, I would buy.
He might have had both actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Walker is played by Ed Harris. It is a fucking awesome movie, and that's part of why I think in this movie I kept noting Latin American revolutionaries, because he keeps coming back to this well of the crimes of our imperium.
I didn't bring it up, but this movie did a lot of good racial representation for 1984. Everybody has a space, and a mix of men and women too. Just the homophobia, gotta get that out of here.
That's fucking 80s shit, man.
Yeah. All right, we will catch you all next week. Josh, I'm sure has a banger quote he's prepared for us.
Oh, I feel like maybe I might. 10 situations, kid. Get into 5 or 6 of them a day, don't mean shit anymore. I mean, I've been seen men stabbed, don't mean shit to me. I've seen guns too, they don't mean shit. But that's when you gotta watch yourself.
Ooh, I'm scared. All right, bye everybody.
Bye!
Josh fell off a cliff.
Bye.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Bluesky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Trashing! Trashing!
Everybody out there.
Hide the